Clarity gives you peace. It also gives an individual a basis of what they need to work on. Because if you are communicating clearly and then you have a clear communication with somebody, both of you know where to work on. Can I give you an example? Let me give you an example. You have a friend. They're upset about something. They are not talking to you about it. You are not clear what is their intentions. You are not clear what is actually their expectation, what they're thinking, what they want. So it makes a relationship to have something that we call it a gap. It's like it's a space there that the enemy himself can fill it up for those people or for you. Okay, welcome to Walk It Out. Today I'm very, very excited. I'm telling you, this is something that I believe I authentically do well at it, It's the emotions, it's emotional intelligence. So today I want to talk about mindfulness and emotion regulation. So for the first thing that I'm going to talk about three things. The first thing I'm going to talk about vulnerability, and the second thing will be clarity, and the last thing will be excuses. So let me just talk about vulnerability. Talking about vulnerability. Vulnerability has to do with exposing yourself. And I know a lot of us, we don't like exposing ourselves. Exposing those emotions, exposing those thoughts that inflict us is something that one has to really learn how to do that, because it comes with emotional challenges. You get challenged. You get so challenged. Sometimes you get so worried of what people will actually think about you, And sometimes you're just afraid of being judged. You know what I'm saying? And I have in my life been a minister of the gospel, dealt with so many people, and I learned so many things from people, because this is where you learn, buddy. This is where you actually get to see that we actually, all of us, have some learning to do. Even though I believe I can communicate well, I still have problems that I face in this area where I think I can be better, So all I'm going to say is I'm going to tell you things that work for me, and I hope that you guys over there, you make sure that it's something that helps you to grow. Like you can just choose whatever you want. If it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. If it works for you, then learn it, pick it up and learn and do good. So, emotional vulnerability, right? Being vulnerable about our emotions. I want to say this. If you have a friend or family or anybody that you talk with that you are not able to open up and be vulnerable with them, this is number one first thing that happens. You don't know where that person is emotionally. Have you ever heard a saying, somebody says, I never get them. I really don't get them. I don't even know if they're with me or not. That's what I'm talking about. It's some work that you guys need to do to be able to be transparent with each other. And transparency comes by somebody actually volunteering to share that information. So that is number one thing I'll say. People are not getting it right because they're scared. And I have a video, one of my videos, which I'll put it up here, that you're gonna see that video that talks about being able to make a place for somebody to be heard. And that's something that you gotta learn how to do first before you get to this stage. And then second thing, clarity. Clarity gives you peace. It also gives an individual a basis of what they need to work on. Because if you are communicating clearly and then you have a clear communication with somebody, both of you know where to work on. Can I give you an example? Let me give you an example. You have a friend. They're upset about something. They're not talking to you about it. You are not clear what is their intentions. You are not clear what is actually their expectation, what they're thinking, what they want. So it makes a relationship to have something that we call it a gap. It's like it's a space there that the enemy himself can fill it up for those people or for you. And that's what we want to do. We want to close the gaps, and we want to have a good communication. We want somebody who is not afraid to challenge themselves and to challenge others, to work on the space, to close the space in between. That's why I'm talking about clarity. Clarity is very important because it clarifies what should not be there. The number last, which is excuses. Number 3, excuses. I have a lot of people in the church that make a lot of excuses. Pastor so-and-so did this to me, so I don't. And I just want to say this. Pastors, leaders, people in general, leaders in our community, anywhere, they're human beings and they will make mistakes. And you know what? If a human being can make a mistake, we shouldn't be putting them in a pedestal of they cannot make that type of a mistake. They will. They're humans. So if they do make that type of a mistake, I pray you are someone who is willing enough or have a emotional maturity to actually stand up and work it out with them. Go work it out, my friend. I promise you, if they're not listening to you, if they don't want to hear you and they make excuses, that's on them. That's their problem. That's something they need to fix with Jesus. That's something they need to grow on. But if you would respect them and approach them with love, the Bible says speak love. Speak the truth in love. That's what I want to say. So if you can do that, my friend, you will be able to get a good result. And people say, I don't think I should be able to be open and be vulnerable anymore because I had people that betrayed me. Let me tell you, you cannot let people actually write the story of your life and tell you what to do and what not to expose and what to expose. I say, talk to them, and if they are willing to work things out with you and grow and be able to be better in that, that's what we talk about. Walk it out with them. Walk it out with them. Work it out with them. Work it out with yourself. Work your relationship with Jesus. I encourage you, my friends, you will never be the same again. This is something that is working today, and today we have a lot of people that are not emotionally intelligent about anything, and they just want the results, and they just want to see things that are good. They just want to be in the surfaces of relationship. Relationship is about going into the nitty-gritty, the things that are not beautiful, the things that people are afraid to look at, and you gotta look at those things, and you gotta be able to be open and honest and transparent to fight it out, to have a good relationship. I encourage you to do that. Sharp.